Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the importance of mindset. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard this quote, so I'm going to say it again and you'll probably realize it. It's mind over matter. And recently, in the past couple of days, I've really, really been like, I guess, more influenced by this quote. I more believe in this quote. Like I'm more what am I trying to say? I'm more like in tune with this quote. I agree with this quote a lot more, and I can relate to this quote because yeah, mindset, mind over matter, all of that stuff. But first of all, I want to give you a little analogy, a little story. Okay, so let's say this is you right now. Okay, and obviously you're on self improvement. So you're meditating, gratitude journaling, going to the gym every day, and whatnot, going out and social and improving your social skills or whatever, talking to people, okay? And so obviously you start from here and you go and you go, right? And you keep going and you keep going. But I think, well, more prevalent with me and I think quite prevalent with a lot of people as well, is it kind of also works like a rubber band, right? So this is you here and this is you like making progress or whatever, and you go and you go and you go and you slip up and you're back to square one. Okay, you're back to your starting point. You don't meditate for 2 days or 3 days. You don't go to the gym, or you feel down, so you go and bust a nut or whatever. I've been guilty of this. I've done this myself, and you go back to the starting point. And so what I'm trying to say is you can do all of these things, you can do all the self-improvement stuff and all of these habits and all of that. And yes, of course it's good, it's making you into a better person, it's making you into a better person, but no one is perfect and everyone will slip, everyone will F up at one point, you will return to square one and it will feel absolutely terrible. And I'm using this example from Hamza video, right? And he does this really, really well. And it's like you need to first of all change yourself, right? And the self, as you call it, it could be your spirit if you're religious, your spiritual self, your inner self, your like the thing that's in here in your subconscious, the self, not your actual self right now, but the self. And this self, it makes up everything that you do. It's kind of like your set point. It's what all the experiences in your life thus far have built and experiences have influenced into making this self, this starting point, this inner starting point. And we need to change that first. We need to change that self. We need to change that mindset first. You can consistently positively think, you can consistently do all of that stuff, but it won't work. Because you're not going to go against, everything that you've done before in your life in just a couple of months of just positive thinking. It's just not possible. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. You need to first change the self. You have to go from the inside out, not from the outside in. That's how you make the most influential change. That's how you make the most impactful change. That's the word, impactful. And so how to do this? Easy. Visualizations. Simple, most effective way is simply just to visualize. And also read the book called Psycho-Cybernetics, because it goes into a lot more detail, a lot more depth into how you actually change the self, or just any really other book. I recommend Psycho-Cybernetics as a start because it's honestly a beautiful, beautiful book. You should read it. Honestly, just like the first 2 chapters, really. First 3 maybe? Actually, quite a bit of it talks about itself, but like maybe read 3 chapters and you'll understand a lot more about this, and then you can go more and more in depth into it. And this does take quite a while. In the book, it said a minimum of 21 days, so really not that long actually, of simply just 10 to 12 visualizations every day. And what these visualizations do is they make you simply, they add more experiences, they add more beliefs into your brain, into your subconscious, into your conscious, and into your subconscious, and that eventually changes the self, right? Because your self is built up on past experiences and past beliefs. So now you're gonna try and make more winning beliefs, because in the past you had a lot of failure beliefs installed into you. Now that's obviously not your fault. Parents, wash society, and all of that. So now you have to make the positive thoughts yourself. You have to do that and self-install it into your head, and then yourself eventually changes. And then what you'll realize as well, everything else comes into place. Because now your starting point, it eventually goes from here, it's going on to here, and then to here, and then to here, and then to here. So making that progress, let's bring back the rubber band. Instead of doing this, you're doing that. Even if you're kind of just doing that, right? And so progress is a lot easier. I found this. It's like I'm going along with the stream, not upstream. And also, I would also recommend watching Hamza's video. I think it's the one thing you need to for a successful life. Watch that video if you haven't. And this is really just an introduction for you to get into mindset. Honestly, read the book Psycho-Cybernetics, and your life will change. I promise you that. My life is, I can feel it. A couple of days, but it's changing. Like, yeah. Peace.